Hey, it's Mr. Drew here, and today we're going to be talking about the Burmese python. Hey, welcome back to the channel, and right now I have a Burmese python. Now, many of you might have heard stories about the Burmese pythons in the Florida Everglades, how they're destroying a lot of wildlife, and they're not native. They're an invasive species. They don't come from Florida, but they're thriving in that ecosystem. And this guy here came to us. He's an illegal species in Maine, and they are considered a harmful species in some cases because they get so big. Now, this guy here, this is the first time I'm actually handling him and stuff. He was a little testy when we first got him in because he was covered in mites and he was very sick, and now he's calmed down. He's had some good meals in him. He was a little underfed. So we're working with him, and he's going to be moving on from our education center because we move them to where they're legal, and we have to figure out things on that. So we're working on those details. But this Burmese python, they are an invasive species in the Florida Everglades, and we saw a rapid decline in wildlife in the Everglades because of them. The ecosystem hadn't learned how to adapt to them. They started appearing about 30 years ago, well, over 30 years ago now, and they are very secretive, very shy, very hard to detect in the wild. And so this guy here blends in perfect with his environment. This is actually a color morph. It's not even their actual color. But nonetheless, this guy here, running wild in the Everglades, can eat a lot of things. They can get up to 12 to 14 to 18 feet long, and they can consume deer and other things. And there's even pictures of them in the Everglades eating an alligator. Yeah, that's how big they get. And these guys here, over 30 years, nature's learning to adapt to them. There are a lot of things. Raccoon populations decline, but now raccoons are finding out they know how to raid the nests. And by doing so, they're depleting the population. And fox have learned that there's a blind spot on these guys, so a fox can now attack a snake, and others go after the juveniles. So animals are picking up on how to adapt to this new stranger in their habitat. Now, they don't belong there. We should never release animals, but the real reason why these guys were running loose in the Everglades, besides people releasing them, was Hurricane Andrew in 1992. Hurricane Andrew wiped out a lot of breeding facilities, and these snakes went unchecked into the wild. Hurricane Andrew was a $13 billion hurricane, Category 5, and they were more concerned about loss of life and all that damage done that they weren't worried about a few animals that may or may not have survived. Now the Florida Everglades is home to over 500 exotic animals, and it's going to be hard to change it. So nature will balance itself out. But in the meantime, they do have hunts for these to keep them in check and control and stuff. And they're looking. They do special programs where they tag the males with a radio transmitter, and they release them back to the wild. And during the breeding season, the males congregate to find the females. And that leads them right to the breeding source, the females who are going to lay the eggs. And this way they can control the population that way. So we are seeing a decline in population of Burmese, but that doesn't mean they're still not out there and they're still not trouble. We don't want them there. They don't belong there. But we have to be the responsible ones, because why? They're there because of us. And this is why we never release pets. If we're going to take ownership of an animal, we have to make sure we take control of their entire life so that they don't get released in the wild. As I tell everybody at our shows here up in Maine, Maine woods and Maine waters belong to Maine animals, not exotics. It's not fair to them, and it's not fair to our wildlife. And that's what's happening in Florida, is a lot of that wildlife is getting decimated because of us. And we need to step up and be responsible. And this is one thing we can do, is be proper, responsible pet owners. Whether it's a cat, dog, a frog, a snake, a lizard, it doesn't matter. They don't belong outside. Now, the Burmese pythons do get big, and they can actually eat something 3 times bigger than the thickest part of their body. So this guy can consume something quite large, and he also will be able to expand his jaw very big. It's separated at the bottom, so they have no connection here, which allows it to expand very wide and allows that skin to stretch as they swallow. So these guys here can consume quite large things, but he might eat something quite large and go digest for several months. He might not eat again. And that's the thing, is they don't eat a whole lot at one time. They eat once and they're done. And Burmese pythons are not discriminatory eaters. They use that tongue to smell and follow their prey, and they will track down things when they are hungry by following the tongue. It picks up all the scents in the air molecules, and you get a thing called the Jacobson's organ in there that tells them which way to go. So, whether it's a Burmese python or a reticulated python, they don't belong out there. These guys here need our support if we're going to keep them as pets. And this one here is just a beautiful animal, not done growing, but again, not for everybody. Just because an animal gets cool and big doesn't mean you should necessarily keep it. There's a lot to owning these animals and a lot of responsibility and a lot of education. And I can't emphasize enough, just because they sell it doesn't mean you should buy it. And these in Maine, you can't buy. They're not legal. They require permits. And so those are important things to know. And again, if you don't know the Maine laws, reach out to me. I can help you. I can tell you what's legal and what's not, and what requires permits and what's restricted altogether. But please, again, I don't care what the animal is. You got to learn about it first. That's the important thing. All right, well, if you like the contents and learning a little bit about the Burmese pythons, make sure you subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, give us a big thumbs up, and remember, always peace and love in these wild times.